So we're starting in on another timber frame here at the workshop for the Gardens of Castle Rock. It's going to be the welcoming pavilion. We'll get some pictures and other things out there so you can see what we're building. Sawmill shed, LT15. We do have a couple 24 footers that we need to mill this time, and I got a 27-foot bed, so we got a lot cleaned out. First log up on the deck is going to be this guy, one of the posts. And we're looking at, it does have a little bit of rod in there. I need 10 feet for the post. It's going to be a 10 by 12. I stuck the tape measure in, got to about there, so I'm actually going to cut off here, which is going to give me 10 feet, and 10 feet on this post is going to be extra because we're going to be cutting it down, so some of that crotch up on the top is going to get lost as we do the joinery on the post for the timber frame. But we're going to get that one cut, get it in on the deck, and just try to get that one done. Not complaining with the weather. What is it? December 15th. So we've had some nice cold. We just had our first sub-zero couple of days, but we're back up in the 30s. We don't have too much snow here in this part of Minnesota, south of the Twin Cities, which is okay because we got a lot of stuff to move around in the log yard and a lot of logs to get cut. So let's get after it. Well, we got this one all loaded up, but when I cut it off, we're still looking like there's quite a bit of rod in there. Interesting color, and it would be a 10 by 12 timber that I'm after. And I also have, not in that one, but in this one down here, that one down there, there's some rot. So I don't know if I'm gonna get a timber out of this one. I don't think I am. It's still a pretty log. We're at 12 feet 6 inches, just to give you an idea. This is a 22 by 25, and that's after I cut 3 feet off. So it's a big ash, but we're gonna take a couple slices, see what we have, and I might just burn it all out at 12/4 for some slabs. But we'll see. We got to get into it. So when it's the middle of winter, you don't get to do the water splashes, or at least I don't do them. It'd be great because the color and figure and everything happening in here would be beautiful if you did the big water splash, the water pop. But when it's freezing, it's not quite freezing right now. We're, 38 degrees, but it'll be freezing tomorrow. I think we're back to single digits by the end of the week, so it's not a great idea to throw water everywhere when you're milling. I'm going to call the log a bust for timber. I've got some punk right here, and knowing that's in there, that whole thing, that whole cavity's got to be there. A little spot showed up here, and as I had mentioned earlier, there was that rot right there, so there's going to be more in there. So, not going to make a timber out of this one. And now I do a couple of things. I like to do a lot of 6/4, so 1.5 inch pieces. So these will be beautiful once they get dried and surfaced out. They'll be a solid, 1 inch, 4/4, 5/4 piece of wood that somebody will be able to make something pretty amazing out of that color. And I don't think I think just do the rest of this log at 6/4. Take 3 more off and then flip it over and then just bang it out that, and I'll have a nice pallet of 6/4 to stick in the drying rack. So let's get that done. Well, it's probably painfully obvious to you that I haven't put the lights in the sawmill shed, so it's creeping into, yeah, it's barely 4:30, but that's what we get when we get close to winter solstice. We lose our light unless we have artificial light, and I don't have artificial light yet. Oh, man. Good news, though. What I think I'm going to do and what I've got here now, it is a gorgeous log, and in daylight you'll see it. But I know the timber frame that we're working on, it's going to be a king post, and it has 2 struts on each of the king posts. The struts are 6 by 8s, and they're 4 feet long. So I know for sure I can get one from right about here up to here, and the other side has more color. So this is actually going to be a really, really pretty component up on the timber frame. So, but I'm going to wait till tomorrow. We'll come in and set this up to get the 8-inch piece out of there. I'm not going to hold my breath that we're going to get 2 of them out of here, because I think that decay up from the bottom is just a little too much. But hey, I didn't think I was going to get anything out of this one. And besides, it's time. That's it. Hey, follow along on this frame. We've got a whole bunch of frame videos coming out and milling videos. But tomorrow we're going to get that at least one 6 by 8 by 4 foot out of this piece here. So come along and watch that. But we'll see you then. Glenn here, Workshop at the Gardens. Cheers.